Hello everyone! I am of course the Black Shadow and welcome back! After a little bit of a break, I suppose you could call it, for mainly health reasons, folks. Welcome back to the world and let's play Parasite Eve! Yeah, as I say, apologies for everyone who's been waiting to see the continuation of this. It's been... When did we upload the last video of this to the channel? Must have been a good couple of weeks ago or so. Something like that. Must have been. So yeah, I do apologise. People who have been following the channel obviously know I've not been very well at all. So yeah, that's kind of sucked. But we are finally back, and I figured, you know what? I'll let you guys see it again. It's quite a cool little cutscene. Cutscene? Opening. Even if it does click away a little bit sometimes. So yeah, so last time, folks, we beat the game. We showed Eve who was boss, and we managed to defeat the ultimate being, eventually. And the world seemingly saved from disaster. For now. There were two further games to come from this series, so clearly all is not quite right. But the good news, of course, is we did actually win. So, as I had mentioned at the end of the previous video, is that we would be doing and having some fun with the new Game Plus mode, known as EX mode in this game, folks. And we shall be doing exactly that. I wish the audio wouldn't crackle like that. I do apologise. To be fair, all things considered, it's like the smallest problem I've had to work with this entire LP. Oh, goodness. Goodness me. Still not 100%. God damn it. Oh, dear. Okay, so. God. You thought I smoked or something. I honestly don't. Smoking bad for you, everyone. It's very bad for you. So. Yeah, I suppose before we actually get on this, there is a couple of things, I suppose, that need a quick bit of mentioning. As you can see here up top, folks, EX Game. This is the brand new game mode that is available to us now that we have completed the game. Before I do this, there is one or two things I want to quickly just address from the end of the actual main LP. If you've not seen, and if you're new to the playlist here, if you have not seen any of this playlist so far, this Let's Play series, please bear in mind that this EX mode run will not be featuring pretty much any of the story or the main game. We are here almost exclusively to deal with the Chrysler Building optional dungeon. If you're interested in seeing the actual game itself or interested in particular parts, please refer to the main Let's Play series of Let's Play Blind Parasite Eve. For that, we will not be touching much of that on this run. Just a quick heads up for people who need to know. So, yeah. Something else as well, which I don't know if it's going to be how apparent it will be in recording. This is a little bit of a test as well. Obviously, over the course of doing this Let's Play series, I've fiddled around with the audio settings a few times. People have made it apparent to me that the audio hasn't been quite right. I have, in my my time between videos, or in this Let's Play series, I have made the decision. I've messed around with the audio again a little bit more. I've still continued to believe that there is still a bit too much bass, not just in this, but in a lot of other recordings. So I have made further alterations. Please let me guys know what you think. If it doesn't sound right at all, please let me know, and I'll get it addressed. It's a little bit of a test, this on the fly, but it sounds pretty good to me. And yeah, it's just there just seems to be just constantly loads of bass recordings, and it's just a problem I can't seem to quite eliminate. Some games it's more apparent than others, so let me know about that. Other than that, folks, I think we're more or less ready to go. A couple of people had mentioned at the end of during the boss fight at the end of the game, I should have used the Liberate parasitic power. Now, of course, I didn't actually end up using this, folks. I didn't quite get what it is. It basically, apparently, from what I've gathered, is like a super duper attack that you can do. It uses all your parasite energy, leaves you completely stunned, like at the end of the energy shot. Unfortunately, I didn't actually use that, folks, but I will intend to show that off at some point during this EX run. I'm sure it will come up, folks. So don't despair that I didn't do that. It will happen. Hopefully so. It will be. So yeah, other than that, people enjoyed the LP. And of course, questions about Parasite Eve 2 and probably 3. They're probably going to happen on this channel at some point. So rest your little socks there. Have faith. Right, it's time for us to actually get on with EX mode. Now, slight spoiler here. Only slight spoiler. I've done a tinsy-wincy bit of off-screen work. Not much. Maybe like an hour. I've not delved into the Chrysler Building. But there is something that has happened. So, before we do anything, I suppose we should get into, for those of you who don't know, what actually is EX mode. Let's find out. So, you remember at the end of the last video, folks, we of course managed to get hold of this save right here. We won the game, and that was our clear data, which we can now use for an EX round only. You can't even... I'll quickly show you this, actually. If we go to boot, like... because I was getting confused at the very start. I was like going to continue. I was like, it was going to continue. It was like, and I come down to it. Whoops. And I go to this. I was like, why is it not working? What's going on? And I was getting absolutely baffled. I was like, what's going on here? And then it made itself apparent. I then hung around on the menu for a moment, and then because I was like, there's nothing there, and there it is. It takes a while to load. I don't know why it does that, but it is a thing. So yeah, so let's go into our load, folks. I hope the emulator's going to run all right here. I'm a bit nervous somehow. So of course, we start the game again. Of course, the very first cutscene. It's at this point where, if you didn't realise it, it will now be very apparent to anyone actually playing this game that you cannot skip cutscenes. It's just, they never included the option. I don't know why they didn't. So it doesn't matter to me. It's still pretty cool. It's cool. It's cool music. It's just a cool game. So yeah, so EX mode acts like a, basically it's like the New Game Plus, as is sort of the generic term that's using a lot of, especially RPG style, New Game Plus is the more generic term. That was kind of scary. So yeah, so this allows us to go back to the start of the game and play through the game again, should you want to. Now, admittedly, as far as this game is concerned, there isn't actually a huge reason to do so. I mean, for being a quote-unquote RPG, there isn't that many optional things to do. We had the warehouse, which was optional, but other than that, there's not really too much else optional to be having playing around with, really, folks. It's just one of those things. There's our snooty man friend who's joined us for the opera and begged Aya for a shot here. What's wrong? You're the one who wanted to come to the opera. I'm just trying to make him annoying. Seems the natural way. If you want to build heat, and if you want to make someone dislike someone else, make them sound annoying. Works wonders. Pro tip. Of course, we now know a bit more about why Aya wanted to go to the opera all this time. So yeah, so Aya Brea. We could change her name if we want to. I don't know. We could go wherever we want, you know. We could go with, I don't know, we could call her, I don't know, like Joyce? Joyce Brea? Is that how you spell Joyce? I don't know. We could go with something else. I don't know. We could go with, I don't know. Go with, like, I don't know. How about McLovin Brea? I think that's not too bad. McLovin Brea. It's got this, like, it kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Oh, fine. I'll get on with the game. Sorry. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of speed through these. We've seen them before. There is a reason I'm kind of going through this, folks. As I have done a time of off-screen work, but I'll explain that in a little bit. So the big difference with EX mode compared to the normal game mode. And yes, this was pointed out by several viewers, as I suspected they would do in the comments, is that you remember the equipment that we got engraved from Wayne? We get to keep it. In particular, we've got our the M1100 Custom that I went in and engraved. Still in its same glory. It's got the same abilities, same stats. And we've also got the armor as well, which has got the auto-using item, and also got the HP boost, which is nice to have, I guess. So yeah, so those two items are allowed to roll over into the next playthrough, folks, which is, you know, it's pretty nice. Let's just take that off for a moment. So that's all well and good. I do believe as well, I will quickly double-check to confirm this, but I'm pretty sure all of the items that you carry on your person when you complete the game are lost. However, any items that you have in the inventory with Wayne, that does roll over into the new game. So, something just to bear in mind. It's not a case that the game kind of rolls, you know, puts all your stuff into the Wayne's inventory, because you may not have space, and then the game's like, well, what do I do here? I don't know. So they just never programmed that to happen. Yeah, that was a thing that occurred. You don't understand. I love this woman. She is my one and only. She is evil. I completely agree. Damn Melissa Pierce. Yeah, burn her at the stake now. Save us all the trouble of chasing her for the next 25, 30, however many videos the main LP was. I forget now. God damn it. You know, I mean, if they had just killed her now, New York City and Manhattan would have just had a nice, happy Christmas. It's your fault, stupid king guy. No, it's not your fault. It's the prince's fault. It's all your fault, you stupid prince. I'm glad that you die. It's pretty harsh, that, wasn't it? I mean, I suppose I could speed through this, but I'm going to be honest, folks. This first video is all kind of effectively EX setup in a way, and a bit of explanation, and just a bit of a chat, and, you know, re-catching up. I'm not going to go through entirely everything in this first bit. I just want to go through a little bit just to show you some of the differences, but it won't last. You can see her eyes already going a bit nuts. Ah, no! What have you done to me? This wasn't part of the script. I mean, it's a hell of a way to kick off a game, isn't it, folks? Say cheese! Obviously now I'm going to be a lot more sarcastic about all this. Obviously, now that I've played the game. You tend to notice this in games, in LPs of games I've already played. I tend to be a bit more sarcastic. It's a thing. Oh, and yes, of course, gotta see this again. I love that. That... And watching Thingamabob whacking that report a little bit. That's all good fun. Oh no, I've forgotten his name. It's been like almost a month, I think, since I've last picked this game up. I've forgotten the names. Daniel! How can I forget that? It's so terrible. Anyway, so... Freeze, NYPD, put your hands in the air, blah-de, blah-de, blah. You're not going to pay any attention, are you? Of course not, because you suck. Yeah. Cell communication, fantastic. Right, okay then. So you notice that the game here, of course, continues as per it sort of normally does. Obviously, we also don't start with any parasitic energy stuff, of course. We don't have access to that. We can do that right now. Gunshot here, of course, allows us to actually get hold of our parasitic energy. Which is cool. It does sound a little bit different, this. I don't know if it sounds better or worse. Again, please leave me your comments if you think the audio sounds better or worse with the changes I've made. A few minor tweaks. Hopefully it sounds better. Anyway, so the one thing that you'll notice if I go on back onto the parasitic energy, so yeah, so of course all our stats here provisionally have been returned immediately to naught. We're on the basic level 1 stats. You'll notice, however, our bonus points do also carry over from the previous run photos, which is interesting. Our parasite energy also returns to the basic. So the only thing you get to keep is the 2 items you engraved, and any stuff that's in your in Wayne's inventory, and any bonus points you have. Alright? Lovely. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm not going to waste your time. We got the M1100 for a damn reason, didn't we? Time to party. Also do note, really slow. Lovely. That's job done. So yeah, so having access to these weapons early does give you a nice boost in the early game. You should be just flattening enemies left, right, center, especially with like a shotgun, which of course can hit multiple enemies at once. That is brutal, really brutal. So yeah, flashback scene. We know where this is going. Yeah. Something else as well. Actually, I'll quickly throw out while I'm thinking of it. That was also mentioned, which I didn't know about, and it would have made my life easier in the last boss fight. Regarding the alternate, regarding armor, actually. In that I was obviously suffering when you're playing in long fights and you're using parasitic energy, and it does eventually sort of use it, and then you start sort of struggling to recover it. It sort of recovers slower and slower and slower. I was told, and I did try it. It's true, actually, it did work. I'm pretty sure. If you change the armor that you're wearing mid-combat, it will reset the kind of value for your parasitic energy to recuperate. I don't quite get why that would work, but it does. So if you're in a long drawn-out fight and you need some parasitic energy and you're just really struggling, it may pay to keep a second set of armor on you so you can just switch to it, recover that parasitic energy, and hell, even go back to what you were using if you must. So yeah, that's an interesting thing that I figured I'd also throw out. I mean, you guys, over the course of the main LP, did throw out quite a few useful tips for myself, not just myself, but also everyone else. Of course, that's the backup. I don't care about that right now. We know we can go back there to get some ammo. It's not important. Hello, my wonderful sister. Or what's left of her. So yeah, so that was that was certainly you know, you guys threw out several tips. Obviously you guys did certainly do your best to kind of not spoil anything particularly in the game, which is very nice of you. I'm very glad for you to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much you know, that's all well and good. So I'll do one more fight and just quickly show off something else as well. Going down here, we've got that rat we got to take on. Hope you're not eating. I mean, yeah, there's some pretty dramatic cutscenes as far as like transformations. I mean, that's pretty hideous. Good thing he's gonna die. So yeah, again, normally might have been a slight problem, but bear in mind, I got super weapons. You die. Nice and easy. Lovely. Okay, so that's all well and good. So yeah, so that's all well and fine. Now, one thing that is worth pointing out, however, is that of course, I got to this point, and I realised something was kind of wrong. Something was really badly wrong. Let me refer you back to do I even have a save of that? I don't know. Let me quickly. I'm going to come out of this quickly because we're not using this save file, as if that should already be relevant. It was pointed out by several people about there, of course, being a slight potential problem with running off of this save. Hold on a second, folks. Yeah, forgot. You got to change discs and that sort of business. So if we go back to, like, literally the last save we made before we ended the game back on the cruiser here. It's so annoying it's over 2 discs, I can't just transition nicely. Of course, that's all well and good. But the problem is, I realised immediately there's a problem with this gun. Because I went and took this over, that was all well and good. But there was so much that I actually realised that I missed on. You know, I didn't take the M8000 with me here, which gave me, like, the double action. I missed out on, like, several weapons worth of, you know, pretty high upgrades. Like the G3's been really heavily modified. The M8000 itself, pretty decently modified. MP5, you know, all that sort of business. I missed out on several items as well. I also realised that, although I did actually have access to it, stuff like the PPK here, for example, as well. Let me just move this over for, like, the, that will do. But even like the PPK here, for example, which, although it wasn't the biggest ability in the world, did also have, like, the quick draw ability for first attack. And several people did mention the fact that maybe I hadn't made the right choice in moving my equipment around. And you kind of got a point. Of course, this is why I had made a save prior to this before we started messing around. This is why I keep several save states for situations kind of like this, which I just could not prepare for. So, with that in mind, I went and made some modifications. Give me 2 seconds. So, back on disc 1 now. I went back off screen and I loaded from a save, this save right here, because this one was literally made after we'd done some messing around with the inventory, with the knowledge of what the hell was actually going on. So I went back to this save, I reloaded the game, I remodified my inventory and the weapons, and I did plenty of modifications of putting weapons together. And what I then did was then took that equipment, and I actually went through the whole first day of the game. The reason for this is because the Chrysler Building is only available on day 2. So, I went and did the entire first day off-screen as well. This is the save we're going to load off. So let me quickly go back to the EX game, which I actually need to load off. Yeah, so I'm always up for you guys. Give me your advice on bits and pieces, folks. I've never got a problem with that. Oh, what am I doing? I was on the right one, Shadow. You numbskull. Yeah. So this is actually the file we're going to run off. And this is the file we're going to be using for the Chrysler Building. Let's say that's what I did. I went off screen, modified my inventory again, and put several weapons together, which I didn't do previously. And then I went through the first day sequence, which is basically just go through the opera, go through those little changing rooms. You've got to go through the sewer area, the little sewer area. It's not much to day 1. It's pretty short, it's pretty easy. The weapon I had just blasted through everything. Also, nice to have Aya back in her jacket. So that's all well and good. So we'll just quickly spoon all this. It's all well and good. Blah, 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 blah. people setting on fire. It's pretty unfortunate. ESP. Yeah. All well and good. Just quickly skip through all this. But feel free to pause and read if you so desire, but we've been through this before. And if you haven't, you really need to watch the actual main playthrough of the game. Hey, it's Baker! Good to have you back. Ooh, another mod permit. Now, that's an interesting line to get hold of, folks. So, let's get out of here. Because it's been long overdue. Yeah, that's better. Also, you know how nice it is to run around this room now with everyone here and not have any slowdown? Amazing. Amazing. So, here... oh, goodness me. I'm so sorry, folks. Believe me, I wish I was better. I'm getting there slowly. I'm getting there. So here is our stats as we've gone through day 1. We picked up 6 levels. We picked up some bonus points. Interesting thing that happens as well in EX mode. At the conclusion of each day, you get a set amount of bonus points automatically, which you didn't get during the first run, which is pretty cool. So we've got hold of the first couple of them. But the big thing is you'll notice we have the M8000 with us. And it is a heavily modified M8000. Look at those stats. That is huge. Plus 29 for the attack stat. It's got 30 bullets in a clip, folks. It's like a dual clipped handgun. It's awesome. You'll notice it's also still got the times 2 ability. No extra ability has been put on it yet at the moment, which is important to note. I also have the CM protector here, which I think this is pretty much the same as the previous one. More or less. Pretty sure it is. So, yeah. That is the big thing. I bought the M8000, which means, unfortunately, I didn't bring the M1100C. I don't even know if I've got that downstairs, actually. Let's go back down to the basement here. Hello. Hey, look who it is. It's Kathy. Good to see you. Don't worry, Kathy, I will not be giving you any more Rebecca Chambers voices. I can't do Rebecca Chambers voice at the moment the way I am. It's tragic, I know. I've just lost like about 20 subscribers after that statement. Hello, Wayne. Of course, yeah. Of course, we're still at the time where Torres is still around. Wayne! Oh, Torres. And yeah, a couple people as well, again, telling me that I hadn't actually taken on the monster that apparently took out Torres. These things happen. These things happen. There we go, lovely. So come through this cutscene here. Torres, give me some help. Yeah, it was pretty bad. No. Say, you can't carry any more equipment. Wayne, take some of our things and put them in storage. Didn't get that line last time. You have something to say, officer? No, sir. Of course, this is where he would normally have given me the assault rifle, the M16, but he can't because my actual inventory is currently full, which is kind of unfortunate. So, let us quickly address this, folks. So yeah, you'll notice on the side here, all the weapons and all the stuff that I didn't actually take with me for the end of the game do get retained. So I took off the rocket launcher and the rockets, but you'll notice, sadly, no shotgun. It is pretty damn tragic. It really hurts, but it is a thing that I've had to do. So, let us quickly sort things out. So, the M8000 needs some reloading, drastically. The 1911, we can just unload that. That can just go back into the main inventory here. We don't need this. We also can take off the Invest. the Kevlar vest, and the M84F. We don't need any of that. I'm also going to go ahead and actually take some ammo off my ammo crate as well. We'll take 100 bullets. Lovely. Cool. Lovely. Okay then, we'll just sort that out quickly. Not going to modify any stuff at the moment. I'll get to that later. So that will allow me now to get hold of the assault rifle from Torres. There we are. Lovely. Right. So now at this point, we have the modification permit. Now, the good thing about carrying weapons potentially over from previous saves is if you've already modified them perhaps once or twice or whatever, and you've expanded a slot or two, what's to stop you doing it again? So, you know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm going to do it again. So, we're going to take the mod permit, and I'm actually going to give a bonus slot to M8000 here. Rather than the M16, which I did last time, because we don't actually need it, we're going to put it straight on the M8000. And that gives us it at 4th slot, which is nice. Which is really, really nice. You must look at this thinking, what devilry is this firearm? I've never seen anything like it. Ah, yes, that's all well and good. I also need to, Torres is going to give us the Wayne here even is going to give us the little, yeah, the tuning up, tutorial. We don't need it. It's nice to have Torres back. I can't say, I kind of missed him. Right. Items-wise, again, all the items that I had on me, I can now bring back over, which includes 2 tools and a super tool. Also, several pieces of junk that we had laying around from the museum. I can now finally go ahead and give these to Wayne here, and give him some of this damn junk. Thank goodness. Lovely. So I can give that all to him. So yeah, we got 2 tools and a super tool lying around, which is nice. So we're going to discard the junk to Wayne. Yeah, the junk, we need to get hold of. If we can get hold of loads of junk and give it to Wayne, he can give us some of the best weapons in the game. I will admit, I did have a little look online. I was just curious. We need a load of junk, folks. Like, we're talking, like, what, about a couple hundred or something like that pieces? It does carry over between playthroughs, I believe, the counter, which is nice. But if we can do that, we can get hold of some serious pieces of equipment. Really nice. So that's well and good. So, let's get hold of another tool. Some ammo. Not much ammo, but some. And another medicine one. And that gives us 5 medicine ones. The M16, which we don't actually need. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and give that straight to Wayne here. We do not need that on us anymore. We'll select that. We're going to unload it into here. And we're just going to move it straight away. Get rid of it. So, we now have... also, one thing I did do, we don't need the club either. Because I went and actually brought the club free at the end of the game. I actually went and brought that and took that off so we could use it at the start of this run. Sneaky, right? Okay then, so that's well and good. So, you know what, folks? This is actually what we're going to run with. There is no real need to really use any of the weaponry that's here. One thing I might do, although I'm not going to do it immediately, is I may well decide to... Oh, I might bring the MP5, actually. There's a thought. So obviously we've got a couple weapons here. So we've got the Pt.1 here, which we don't really have any use for, so I'm going to unload that. The PPK, which I am interested in getting the first strike ability. My only real concern at this point is I don't want to modify the M8000 too heavily, because if I find like a gun that's got like a base attack of like 90 or something like that, then I'm going to want to move everything over to that. So if I load the M8000 too heavy, it's going to be really difficult to get everything off it because I'll need a chunk of super tools, which I don't even know where the hell to get many of them. But I think I may keep the MP5 with me. Maybe. I don't know. I might just get rid of that. I don't know. I haven't decided. But, of course, you do need a club. So I've got the Club 3, which has First Strike as well. Interestingly. Did that have First Strike on it? I don't even remember. But basically, the M8000 is going to be the weapon of choice here. It's just going to annihilate everything. I don't even think there's really a particular piece of armor I particularly need for what we're going to be doing. So let's take out the ammo off the P.220. We'll take that out. I'm actually just going to dump the MP5 as well. Let's take it all off. And we're just going to run with the M8000 for now. It is by a country mile the best weapon we have on us. By a mile. The PPK, I will eventually modify the First Strike off of that, but not right now. It's not too important right now. Right. So yeah, so I do have the options to modify stuff. So we've got 3 tools and a super tool here. If I want to do that, I might do that. We've got all of our jackets here. It is tempting to put that on so that we're immune to being slowed. But I have got the haste. Do I have the haste spell yet? I don't have the haste spell yet, do I? I do not. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. So I tell actually, you know what, I'm going to do it now. We're going to select the M8000 in the tune-up. And we are actually going to go ahead and we are going to take the... Oh, wow. The M84 has actually got a 4 attack boost immediately. That's pretty nice. And to be fair, actually, I might want to keep the MP5 stats, especially like the bullets, for a different weapon. So I tell you what, actually, I'm going to do. Let's grab the M84F, and we're going to take the extra damage off of that. There you go. So now an attack of 90. That's pretty good. That is pretty damn good. Very happy with that. Lovely. Right. Okay, then. So, one last thing for us to do before we eventually make our way over to the Chrysler Building, and we'll start exploring that, is we have got 4,000 bonus points that we need to find something to do with. Now, bear in mind at the moment we've got very little inventory space, which is kind of an issue. What do we want to use this bonus point stuff for? So say we've got plenty of time stuff that we can do it with. So to start with, I think what I'm going to do, because I can also sink these bonus points into making my equipment even better, which is very tempting. But I think early on it might be prudent, especially to get hold of some item capacity. So I'm actually going to sink 10 levels in item capacity, which would give us an extra 5 spaces. Or 6 spaces, actually. So we're up to 22 inventory space, which is pretty good. I kind of want to sink some points into the active time here. Not that much. We'll get hold of 6 levels of it. We'll get hold of that. The extra bonus points, I know I could improve this bit. I mean, its range, its attack is awesome. It's got a decent range as well. I might actually improve the CM Protector. Our big problem to start off with, we have very little health. And I don't know quite what we're going to expect in the Chrysler Building, for that matter. I don't know how enemies are particularly going to be leveled in there. I don't even know if I can do it. I mean, it becomes available at the start of day 2. I don't even know if we can do it. So I tell you what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to improve our armor a little bit. I'm going to boost the defense by, I'm going to go 6 levels. And I'm going to improve our critical evasion chance by 2 levels as well. And the rest of the bonus points, I'm going to keep these on hand, and we're going to see what happens when we actually get to the Chrysler Building, and we'll kind of react from there. Again, I kind of don't really know anything about it, so it's hard to prepare as such. So we'll just go with what we've got. I'm pretty happy. You know, we've got this weapon, which will basically just have to work with us for now. It's by far the best weapon we've got. I kind of want to take another piece of armor with me in case for parasitic, you know, for reasons to do with, obviously, with parasitic energy. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Let's quickly move a couple of pieces over. Don't need any of those, I don't think. I'll take the composite too, actually. And let's take with us our second best piece of armor as well. Whatever that is. Looks like it's going to be the SV protector. Having the B protector, though, would be nice to have for protection against that paralysis stuff. Should we need it, actually? So I tell you what, I'm actually going to take the B protector with me. Just in case we need to use that for whatever reason. Because, again, don't know quite what to expect, folks. Don't know quite what to expect. No, don't discard it. Please don't do that. So we'll take our second best piece of armor with me as well. Let us sort our inventory out. And actually, one more thing. I might as well take a medicine too. A couple of these with me as well. I'll take 1, 2... And I'll take a couple of these with me as well. Again, I don't know quite what to expect. And at this point, we have no way of just easily healing any status effects, folks, which is kind of a worry. We don't need those because we've got the other piece of armor we can always quickly go to. So I'm going to go with that. I'm pretty happy with that. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be alright. Fingers crossed. Alright then, folks. So I think we are pretty much done with this sort of catch-up and set-up video. I don't think there's really any more for me to do right now. So, what we are going to go ahead and do is we're going to leave. I think if we can just walk straight out of here, probably can. We can't get into the room down here, can we? With the extra items. Nope. We certainly can't do that. The game's not even telling me that I can't do it, though. It's just like, this is just part of the wall, you idiots. What are you doing? Never mind. Hey, it's Ben. Hello, Ben. Oh, Ben. Yeah, I like this little cutscene. Why not? Burn. Daddy! Oh, Daniel, you are great. So, yeah, the tickets, of course, for the concert. Ben's not impressed. And, of course, the concert goes completely to hell. Why is the audio doing that? That's really annoying. I don't think that's because of my audio change. That might just be the audio codec we're using. In bad timing. Never mind. Whatever. Anyways, that'll be that. So I just figured I'd just do that. So yeah, so we've got the mod permit. We've done that. So there's not really anything else for us to do, actually, folks, except for actually to leave. Oh, fine, Cafe. Yeah. Oh, he was? Baker. Fine. I tell you, fine, we'll do this, and then we will end the video. We've gone on long enough. I know this has been a bit of a long video, folks, but I say this was largely a bit of catch-up and a bit of kind of, you know, basic catch-up. We haven't played this game for, like, about a month. So, what do you want, Baker? Does it mean I get another mod permit? I would like that very much. Oh, no, the press conference. Oh, God. Yeah. We all know how this went. Disastrous. The disaster. Very poor. We'll go with that. Let's quickly speed through this. You guys, again, should have already seen this before. Because Detective Breyer is absolutely freaking awesome. What part of this do you not understand, Mr. Reporter? Who said this? My doctor. I love how Aya just happily just puts all this out there. I mean, you'd have thought anyone with any degree of like common sense would have sorted it. Here, that's it, Baker. Send in the police. Send in the team to break them all up. Good times as I lose a couple of frames. Damn it, Aya! What is wrong with you, woman? I don't care if you tell the truth. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, that. Oh, man. I miss, like, mid-1990s graphics and how they portray people's emotions. So good. Oh, that's Maida! Of course, the person I then would then later confuse with the, what's his face? Clamp. That's the one. I'm getting there slowly, folks. Taking me a while. I'm getting there. Yeah, that's Clamp. They're the researcher, and then you've got Dr. Maida. Come on, Aya. Alright then, so that is going to be pretty much all for this video. So yes, I know we didn't actually do anything as such, but as I say, it's just a bit of a catch-up and time for me to kind of explain everything. And just, you know, go over things that kind of I felt needed to go over. Next time, folks, we will be getting on with EX mode a bit more proper. I guarantee it. Because as it is day 2, we have immediate access to the Chrysler Building. So next time, folks, we will be visiting what is basically the ultimate secret dungeon of the game. I don't quite know what to expect. I don't really know how this place is going to work. We'll find out soon enough. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.